That was quick. I wasn't even ready. Well, it is what it is. Well, that don't look right. What's going on? A bit delayed days. There's always something. Never mind. It is what it is. Hopefully you can hear me and it doesn't really matter. I don't know. The things that happen in life. So, happy Father's Day to all the fathers, whether you are a grandfather or father like me. Got a picture of a car absolute classic granddad. So cool. I thank everybody in my family for today, to be fair, because it was a good day. Other than the fact that I had to bury my late wife Spudgy today because she passed away last night. But lived a long life. Surprised at how long you lived, to be honest. But joining the other one, so it's all good. Keep them company. Hope everybody's good. Hope if you are celebrating Father's Day. If you are celebrating Father's Day, you had a good one too. So, just to let people know, I'm still in the land of the living and nothing wrong, and anything that they were hoping for didn't happen and stuff like that. But I've been thinking about some of the things that I've said and wondering why people don't listen. And wondering why people only have one way of looking at things, which is very... Why does it do that? Get off. Go away. Which is very weird, because there's the argument that, it's not about God, it's not about Jesus, and that's true. But then people say that it's YAHUAH, and that might be true. But the breath is truth. And if you read YAHUAH instead of from left to right, and you read it from right to left, then it is the breath. And some may say, it's a stretch, but it's not. If you breathe in and breathe out, that's HAUHAY. So Yahweh may be correct in the sense that it's almost the breathe in and breathe out, but it's not the real name. So if you breathe in, you can see why the name is not Yahuwah, because that is not the breath. You can see why it's not Yahweh, because that is not the breath and not the way that it's spelled, but it could be. So, to me it sounds simple, but hidden by people who don't want us to know that the breath of life is the truth, and must be the first word, the only word. In the beginning was the word, and it's what happens when a baby is born, apart from the crying, and you have to spank it. But the breath has to be the beginning word, without doubt. Without it, it's death. So it's either the beginning or the end. But if the Creator has the beginning, then the beginning must be the breath of life. And the breath will destroy the evil that intends to exist on this planet. Because the breath is truth. and this BS Antichrist is destroyed by a breath, the truth. Now, somebody had to sit down and shut the fuck up because they were doing too much. After being told not to, after being warned that it's not a good idea to F around and find out. There is a nothingness that exists, and that's where evil will go. There are lessons to be learned that what you put out, you will get back. And it's even the thought, and when I say the thought, I don't mean you thought it and you're going to get punished for that thought. I mean you thought it, you planned it, you wanted to do it, and you put it out into the universe, and the universe knows that that's your plan and takes that plan and turns it around and gives it to you. So what you wanted for someone else will be what happened to you. And I'm sure some people in the world will be finding that out if they hadn't already found it out and sat down. Now, I don't say it to scare people. I don't say it to be big. I say it because it's the truth. My first videos were about I don't want nobody to suffer. That includes these evil fucking idiots who've got no idea what they're doing. Because they still insist on trying to take from innocent people. And so my worry about them, my concern over them, my protection over them, if you want, goes out of the window. See, I'm more concerned for the innocent people who get hurt by these people. I'm concerned for them, and only them. Unless these evil people stop, realise what it is that they're doing, and make amends for it, and want to be one of the good people. So you can't have heaven on earth when these beings exist. It's impossible. And so there's a nice little place called the nothingness where they will all go. And they will all compete with each other and destroy each other. But they won't have nothing to do with the innocence in any galaxy, dimension, universe, whatever it is. It won't happen. Now you can think that I'm crazy. I don't care. But you know I'm telling the truth. You know I have been telling the truth for 6 years. And you know the things that I have said have come true. And I'm not being big-headed about it. I don't give a shit. It's not about whether I'm right or wrong. It's about, is it the truth or isn't it the truth? And if it's the truth, you better well listen to it. Because that's what Forrest said. Hear me all and listen good. Hey, Steve. Happy Father's Day to you, sir. I hope you're doing well. And if you are a father, I hope you had a great Father's Day. I had a great Father's Day and a Grandfather's Day, as it were. It's an absolute classic, apparently, according to the grandkids. But it's all good. But I don't mind if people hate me. I really don't. And I don't mind people against me. But when you're against me because I'm trying to do good and you don't want me to take what's not yours, that's crazy. And I'm not talking to you, Steve, I'm just saying in general. It's like, that's crazy. At the end of the day, it doesn't belong to you. So give it up. And there's no harm in that. Just give it up. And then you You gain, even though you lose, and I gain. And when I say me, I'm talking about the millions of people all around the world that have people taking from them, siphoning their energy, siphoning their finances, siphoning their emotions. I'm talking about those people all around the world, the people in power. Them are the people I'm talking about. And it has to stop. And the thing is, it is stopping. They just don't understand the backfires that are happening yet. Otherwise, they wouldn't do it. But those backfires will get more intense and more personal. And it will start at the very top. The people in charge, the people that are telling the people beneath them to do something, and the people then telling the people beneath them to do something, and then the people that are telling them. So it starts at the top, and the people at the bottom will see that it's happening to those people at the top. And the people at the top will see that it's happening to those people at the top. So anything that is wanted by the people at the top, and they put it out into the universe and say, I want you to do this, this, and this to these people, it will be reversed and sent back to them. Whatever it is they wanted, whatever it was. I don't care. I did. And I told everybody that I did. And I told everybody that I didn't want nobody to suffer. No, they didn't listen. Now, I don't care what you think I am. I don't care who you think I am. I just care that you listen and do the right thing. That's all I care about. That you listen and do the right thing. Because then everybody is okay. Nobody suffers. Everything is given back. You're not going to get the karma that you're putting out into the universe, because what you put out into the universe was you gave back what wasn't yours. There's no lesson to learn there. You learned the lesson. You gave back what wasn't yours. But if you insist on keeping what's not yours and try to inflict harm on people, that harm will come to you. Personally, to you. Whatever it is you wanted. Whatever. Finance, emotion, whether you wanted somebody's car, whether you wanted somebody's house, whether you wanted somebody's wife, whether you wanted somebody's child, whatever it is, will come back to you. Personally, to you, the people at the top. Those people that are in charge. It'll start with you. And the people at the bottom will see that even you aren't safe. I'm just telling you the truth. Now, if you want to get angry, listen, if you want to get angry and start doing stuff and putting stuff out into the universe, guess what? Guess who's going to suffer? You. And the angrier you get and the more you put out, guess who's going to suffer? You. I tried very hard for a very long time to tell people the truth. For a very long time. To tell people the truth. And then when I went on to saying, here is the truth, because you're not trying to work it out for yourself. Here is the absolute truth. And then I went on to say that the power, the absolute power, there is nothing that can touch it. The absolute power is telling you to sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up, or else. Told you, I didn't say it in those words, but I told you there's an absolute power who is not happy with what you did, with the power that you had and the abuse of it that you did. Not happy at all. And is going to rectify it. Now, I didn't say it in those words, but it was obvious what I was saying. And now we're at the point that you have to learn the lesson the hard way. And again, I don't care what you think of me. I'm just giving a message that is a truthful message about the people in power abusing their power and causing suffering to the people of this planet or any other planet, and that the person, entity, source, father, creator, mother has had enough. Now, you knew all along there was going to be the age of Aquarius and all of these things were going to happen, and at some point, the devil's going to get his ass kicked and all that stuff. And we're probably at that time. Excuse me. And I'm not lying. I've got no reason to lie. It doesn't benefit me to lie to you, to look crazy and lie to you, to come out on the internet and say, if you don't stop what you're doing, if you don't stop the suffering that you are causing around the globe, on other planets, in other civilizations and universes and quantum whatever, if you don't stop it, you're going to end up in the nothing, in the nothingness. You're going to end up in a place where there is nothing, where there is no one that you can take from apart from people such as yourselves. And you will be there forever and ever and ever. No escaping it. And you'll be able to fight each other for control of that nothing. All the while knowing of all of this existence, of the heaven and earth, the heaven on any planet, just heaven, that you could have been living in. Now, I know your heaven is, making people suffer and having stuff that doesn't belong to you, but there's a different kind of heaven, and it's not that. So happy Father's Day, the Creator, the solstice. In the beginning was the Word. Or YAHUAH, but not God, not Yahweh, not Adonai, not Jehovah. The J is a whole load of rubbish. So stop believing. No, well, believe whatever you want. I don't care, to be fair. But if there is a truth, and we know the truth is, there was no J till 1524, and all the lies they come up with to explain why, and that's the reason why you've got hundreds of religions, because the Bible doesn't make sense, because it's full of contradictions and lies. The ark did not land on that mountain, and all the animals get out, and then swim across all the oceans around the world to get back to the places they came from. No panda swam back to China. No kangaroo flipping bounced back to Australia. It didn't happen. That is an impossibility. And you know me with impossibilities. Forrest said it's difficult, but not impossible. So when I see something that's impossible, I know that's not the answer. I know that's not the answer. Don't do impossible. I do difficult, but not impossible. I may be doing the impossible now. Some things that I do may be impossible to some people, but they're not. They can't be impossible because they were done. And remember, imagination is limitless. Remember Einstein? So, science, bullshit. History, bullshit. Religion, bullshit. Education, bullshit. Medicine, bullshit. It's time to wake up. It's time to be the human that you really are, that you truly are. It's time to get in touch with the soul that's inside you and have fun. and live the life you were meant to live. And fuck everyone else. Be who you really are. Be who you want to be. But bear in mind there are some universal laws that you shouldn't break. Don't go around killing people, hurting people, whatever. And then, apart from that, all good. Richard Rutherford, hello. How you doing? Hope you're well. Happy Father's Day if you're a father. The proof is in the pudding. You are who you are. You will always be who you are if you want to be that person. If you want to be that person. I want to be the person that I am. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about me. I know there are rules that I need to follow, and there are rules that people are giving me that I don't need to give a fuck about. Because they're there to make me small, and I'm not small. I am far from being small. But I do tell the truth. And it's not out of ego. It's out of care and concern that people are able to be happy. Happiness is the part after all. And so, living in a world where there is truth, peace, love, and harmony for all things and all beings. That's all I want. That's all I've ever wanted. I'm not bothered about the money. I'm not bothered about treasure. I'm bothered about just fucking having some peace. Now, don't get me wrong. It seems that money makes the world go round, and there are people out there who need it. But there is a different way of living. A way that we've forgotten because we've been taught not to remember. But some people do remember, and they use it against us. Some people know the truth. Some people know all about the medicine that we don't need and all of the medicine that is on this earth that we can use, natural medicine. Like the dandelion that people call a weed, it's probably one of the best things that you could eat, you could have. And yet it's free. Does any scientist tell you this? Does anybody in the government tell you this? No. Trust me. That plant that grows so abundantly, because we're all abundant, it's just been stolen from us. Our inheritance has been taken. But that plant is amazing. And there are other plants too that would heal us. All these things will come back. Sound, healing, all of it will come back and be on this planet. And it is either with or without the help of these evil fuckers who hid it from us. But be it known, if you are not part of the solution, you are part of the problem, and the problem must be eradicated. And it will be sent to the nothingness. And you can be a problem there, but you won't be a problem here. So again, I say you can help or you can hinder. But you can be darn sure that every hindrance that you put out or try to put out, because it's not going to make it out there, every hindrance that you try to put out, that you try to direct to somebody, will reverse and go back to you. That's the law of the universe now. Not lying, telling you the truth. Steve, I got your email. Thanks, buddy. Give him his email back. He's got your email. Emails. Same to you. I normally hear that in a different way, that same to you, but there you go. So, as I see it, there are people out there that are trying to take something that doesn't belong to them And there are people out there who aren't getting what does belong to them. And I want to live in a world where we all get what we deserve. Seems fair enough to me. So if you're doing shit, you're going to get shit. And if you're doing good, you're going to get good. And if you work really hard, you get really good stuff. And if you do fuck all, you get fuck all. That's it. See, in my world, in my reality, in my thoughts, in my imagination, nobody should be sat on their ass, on the dole, not working, and get paid because somebody else does. Unless they're not fit to do it. Because we could live in a beautiful world where everything is clean. And you don't need education for it. You don't need to be trained for it. You can pick up litter, you can clean windows, you can clean road signs, you can cut lawns, you can do all sorts of things without being fully qualified in education. And you will get paid by the government for working, not for sitting on your ass. And if you don't like that, tough. Too many people milking the system, along with the immigrants, etc., etc. And countries will be held liable for these people. The government will be held liable for allowing these dangerous people into our countries. And our governments will be held liable for allowing these dangerous people into our country. For making it harder for their own citizens to live and making it easier for other citizens to live. All of those things. There will be no homeless. None. Zero. And if people want to live off-grid in the woods, then they can, but they will be looked after. Anybody who fought for their country will be looked after, not given special privilege, just make sure that they're looked after. They will be given different treatment because they may need different treatments, but it won't be a special privilege. It'll be what they deserve, because that's how it should be. You get what you deserve. So the world will be different, but it won't be the different that these people want. It won't be the digital ID tracking bullshit. It won't be the poisoning of your food. It won't be the poisoning of your knowledge that you get through the television and the phone and through your computer. It won't be any of that. Now you might think I'm talking fairy stuff, and I probably am, because the fairies do talk some stuff, but this is reality. As it was, so shall it be. First last, last first. Meek inheritance, wealth transfer, everything that's said will take place. This is the truth. I'm just telling you the truth. Some people might say I'm just a messenger. And you can hate me, but I'm just a mirror to you. And you can hate me because I'm taking from you what you think is yours. But in reality, and when I say I, in reality, I'm taking from you what was never yours in the first place. The energy wasn't yours, the money wasn't yours, the buildings weren't yours, the land wasn't yours, etc., etc. See, the land belongs to Mother. It's her land. And she will decide how it is used. And she will heal, and she will heal us. And Forrest is right. Get out into nature. Hug a tree. And you might think that's crazy, but trust me, you'll feel a whole lot better. Because that tree is part of you, and you are part of that tree. We're all connected. All connected. You see, self-love, we get into the spiritual side of it, self-love is the love of everything. Because self-love is the connection between you and everything else. And if you can love everything that you've done, then you can love everything else. But if you can't love you, then you can't love another. You might say you can. You might say you do. But deep down you don't. You don't know the truth of love. Love, truth, pretty hard to beat. Adding to that the harmony and the peace, ain't no one going to be strong enough or high vibrational enough to do anything to you. People ask me, who am I? What am I? I'm a human being. I am a human being. But I am a human being who knows who he is. And people wonder how I know what I know. And people wonder how I can see stuff and why my eyes are the way they are. Because I know who I am. And I see my soul in all the souls that there are. And I can see if my soul is a good soul or a bad soul because I looked at my soul. I told you, I went down there. I met the devil. I took from the devil. And believe me, you don't have to. But if you could speak to him, he'd tell you. See, I don't play. I don't play. When it comes to me and the people I love, I don't play. And I told you that. Don't hurt anyone I love. Well, guess what? I love me and everybody is me. Because we are one consciousness. So if everybody's me and I love everybody, then everybody has a chance. And bear in mind, not just talking about me, I'm talking about the millions of people in this world that know who they are. Or the thousands of people in this world who know they are. Or the 20 people in this world that know who they are. But the power of those 20 people in this world that know who they are cannot be beat. And I can assure you it's been tried. I can assure you it has been tried. And there is no fear of those people trying, apart from the fact that they will suffer for what they did. And I said at the beginning, I don't want nobody to suffer. Nobody has to suffer. There is a truth. There's one truth. There's one truth. No one has to suffer. Give back what isn't yours. Earn. Remember, not giving it away. They're going to have to earn it. So give back what's not yours. Earn what you want, what you deserve. Job's a good one. Like if you think you're that good, if you really believe that you're the canine swinger, that you're the dog's bollocks, if you think you're that good, give it all away and start again. Do it on your own, without anybody else's energy, without stealing the imagination of another person, without stealing the essence of another person, without stealing the energy of another person. And if you're not that good, learn to be that good. You see, it is no point, man. There is 0 point trying to be like me. That's impossible. I won't ask anybody to listen to what I'm saying, believe what I'm saying, try to be me, follow what I do. You can't. See, the only way you can be authentic is to be you. The only way you can ascend is to be you, is to know you and love you. Loving me or anyone else, being me or anyone else isn't going to help you. So you have to go within and sort yourself out. That's it. End of. End of. Once you forgive yourself, see, I can't forgive nobody because I haven't judged anyone. I don't give a shit what you do. I don't need to forgive you and have the burden of needing to forgive you. And I don't need to forgive you because I haven't judged what you did. That was up to you. That's your choice. If you have a problem now, if karma's hitting you now, if there's a problem now, don't look for me to forgive you. Look to you to forgive you. Accept what you did was wrong and start that process. And things will get better. But if you keep fighting against it, if you keep putting this shit out there, it's going to come back. Not me. I'm not doing it. You are. I don't want it. It'd be like somebody throwing shit at me. I don't want shit. I don't want it. So if you're trying to throw shit at me, guess what? Back at you. And the angrier you get and the more shit you try and throw at me because the shit came back and hit you, more shit will come back and hit you. Not because of me, because of you. Because you're the one throwing the shit. So the more shit you throw, the more will hit you. The more shit you throw after that, the more will hit you. The angrier you get, the more of that you put out there, the more will hit you. Until you realise, it's not the person you're throwing it at that's doing it. It's you. You're the person throwing the shit. You're the reason why it's happening. You're the reason why it's happening. Not the person you're trying to get. You. Because if you were giving that person love, guess what? Love would come back to you. If you were giving that person money, guess what? Money would come back to you. If you were giving that person energy, guess what? Energy would come back to you. It's not the person you're trying to make suffer that is causing you to suffer. It's you. You're not listening. You keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. Stop doing the same thing. Stop causing the suffering and you won't be suffering. And if you have caused suffering and you are regretful of the suffering, be regretful because you shouldn't have done it. Not because you were caught, not because you flipping suffering now yourself. That's not what it's about. It's about understanding the sort of person you are for causing that suffering in the first place. Not just because you've been caught and now things are going bad for you. Not expecting somebody to forgive you so everything's okay. Not expecting, well, I suppose you could reverse it, try and reverse it. But reverse it not because you're scared of getting the comeback. Reverse it because you know you shouldn't have done it in the first place. Nothing and no one, listen, in your term, not in mine, God helps those who help themselves. Why is that? Like, why is that saying said? Think about it. Why is that saying said? God helps those who help themselves. Because once you help yourself, he already helped you. Just by being there. Just by doing nothing. Absolutely jack. Fucking nothing. Remember, you get nothing if you have jack. Absolutely nothing. Does nothing. But he helps those who help themselves. Because once you've helped yourself, you don't need his help. And he is you. You are he. God, the way you say it, not me. God helps those who help themselves. If you help yourself, you have been helped by who? God. You. You helped yourself. You were helped by God. You are God. God is within you. God is outside of you. Everything that you think, everything that you feel, the sort of person that you are, builds your reality. Now, if you're stealing the reality of a good person, you're having a great life. because that's what they've created. But when you lose that, you create your own reality, your own bullshit, your own crap. So in order for, the way you say it, God helps those who help themselves. In order for that to be the case, you have to help yourself. You have to be, excuse me, confirmation, a lot of energy there. You have to be the person that helps you. You have to then go within, be the God, as within, so without. You have to be the God that helps you. You have to do the right things. You have to do the correct things to get the correct result, because there has to be a correction. Excuse me. There has to be a correction. You have to correct, remember, for the chase, you have to have a correct solve. You have to correct it in order for it to be correct. Has to be corrected. You have to change it from what it was, the evil son of a bitch that goes around making people suffer. You have to correct that person and make them whole. You have to make the correction, not changing for anyone else, not being good to anyone else. You're not being good to anyone else by being good to yourself. You're being good to everybody else because you're being good to yourself. It's the same statement, but that's the truth. By being good to yourself, you're being good to everyone else because you are everyone else. You're a part of a collective, a consciousness. We are all one and the same. We are the same thing. Think of the hive mind. We are the same thing, but we're experiencing it differently. Source is experiencing life through me. A human being on this planet, on this planet having an experience. And he's experiencing it, or she's experiencing it through you, having the experience on the planet. One source having lots of experiences. Separate because we've separated from the source. But together, if you connect the wireless, remember that I talked about before, having the router and connecting. I'm not trying to hurt anyone. I'm trying to build people up. I'm not trying to make people suffer. I'm trying to stop people suffering. But if there are people who cause suffering, why the fuck would anyone, help them? No, I'm not going to help you make people suffer. I want to stop you making people suffer because I don't want nobody to suffer. If stopping you making someone suffer means that you suffer, it is what you deserve. It's what you deserve. It's not what they deserve. They've done nothing wrong. You're just making them suffer because of who you are, not because of who they are. And when you realize who you are creates your reality, who you are creates your reality. Once you realize that, you create a different reality, because if you're not a very good person and you become a good person, this person doesn't suffer anymore. And you still have a good life. So imagine you have 6 billion that doesn't belong to you. 6 billion that doesn't belong to you. And somebody takes 1 billion off you. And you jump up and down. Why are you jumping up and down? You still have 5 billion that doesn't belong to you. It's not yours. It doesn't belong to you. You're upset because somebody took 1 billion off you that doesn't belong to you. If somebody took 5 billion of that 6 billion off you, you'd be upset. But it doesn't belong to you. Why should you be upset? It's not yours. You didn't earn it. You should not be upset. I'm not going to jump up and down. Oh, no, you shouldn't. It's not yours. It's not yours. You should be willing to give it away because it's not yours. So they take 5 billion and leave you with 1 billion, and you're going to complain that they took 5 billion that wasn't yours in the first place. That's crazy and greedy and pathetic. Now, there's every chance that if you gave the 6 billion away, the universe would look on that as a good thing and find a way to help you out and put you in a good position. Because what you did was a good thing. Doesn't make it right that you stole it in the first place. Doesn't make anything okay. But the universe will see that within you is a person that maybe deserves something. And from that something, it turns the cherries, from that something, you may grow 6 billion. Doing the right things. See, people say, how is it you get this? Oh, you're lucky, blah, 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 blah. No, there's no luck involved. There's a correct way of doing things to get the correct result, and there's the incorrect way of doing things to get the correct result. In other words, the result you want. To get the right result, it's not the correct result. So you can do it incorrectly and get the right result, the result that you want, but it's not the correct result. So we go through this life and we do what we can to survive, and that's pathetic. Because people want to live better. Because other people want to live better and keep you in a situation where you do what you can to survive is pathetic. We're not here to just survive, we're here to live. All of us. And it's not fair that some people can get to live while others suffer. That ain't fair. So the best way to correct that, make it correct, is to change those that cause the suffering or to remove those that cause the suffering. What word comes to mind when that is said? Starts with R. The rapture. If you're to remove those that cause the suffering, guess what? You have heaven on earth. My stomach just growls, so confirmation. You have heaven on earth. You remove those that cause the suffering, you get heaven on earth. Now, either those that cause the suffering stop causing the suffering and live in peace, harmony, truth, love, or they're removed. I'm not trying to threaten anyone or bloody scare anyone or do anything. I'm just telling you the truth. You're in control. You abused the power that you had. And now, what's it called? Reciprocity, whatever those words are. Don't keep using big words. say what it is. Reciprocity. Whatever. Justice is the best word I come up with. I don't come up with big words. Justice. Can you see it all? Must be going mad. So, justice is how I say it, because that is the case. And it's not just justice for those people alive now. It's justice for those people alive many years ago. And it's justice for those that will be alive in the future. That if things aren't corrected now, they will suffer. Now, I'm not trying to fight anyone, and I haven't. And I'm not out, trying to cause trouble and trying to hurt anyone. I haven't. I won't. But I will let you destroy yourself. I will let you carry on doing what you're doing. I will let it go back to you. I will let you know what it's like to feel the pain and the anguish and the hurt that you inflict. I think that's only fair. Keep humanity under 500. Create a living language. There's been many things said. No, I haven't, Richard. In this scenario that we're in, I am guided, let's say, to not speak to many people at all, because there are things that I need to do that need to be my decision based on my own thoughts. Some people call it the hermit. So, no, and it wouldn't be fair on David B if I did. So, no. But I wish him well. I wish you all well. But I'm at a point in my life where my decisions have to be based on truth and not swayed by sentiment. Till we get to the point where, what point will we be at? Acknowledgement. Those that know that they're in the wrong will acknowledge that they're in the wrong and either get the balls to say something or get the balls to go within and find themselves, which I think, someone's doing. And then at that point, everything's good. Not so good for the people that causing the suffering, but good for, the people that were suffering. At the end of the day, it's going to be given back. At the end of the day, it's going to be given back. Well, Libra balance justice, yeah, but we're talking Aquarius. We're talking... Hi, Regenesis, how you doing? Hi, Moni, how you doing? Good to see you here. If anybody is a father, happy Father's Day. But this is all about justice. This is... the age of Aquarius is supposed to be a good age. I don't know if you know, but I am Aquarius. I am Mars. I am Mary. I am the martyr. That is my name. The masculine and the feminine, war and peace, etc., etc., etc. That is me. Within my name. I am 111. 28 for the first, 1963 breaks down to 111. There are things that I'm meant to say and do that everything that I've been through will lead me to say and do those things. It is what it is. I'm not going to fight it. I've learned over the years that, I'm getting my own way by trying to tell my higher self that they don't know what they're doing, but they've already been there and done it. So it's like, as I said before, the race, they already know the end of the race. They already know which horse won. It's no good saying to them, I'm betting on this horse. And they say, no, don't bet on that horse because, this horse wins. And you're like, no, I know which horse is going to win. It's like, well, I already know the end of the race. I already know the end of the race. What are you arguing with me for? I'm telling you the horse that wins because I already know the end of the race. And you're arguing and saying you want to bet on another horse. What? Why? Why would you do that? So trust your intuition, and your intuition will help you make the right decisions in life because your higher self is the here, there, everywhere person. Been there, done it, got a t-shirt. Love. We recognize those who possess the needed traits for evolution. So this is all about the creation. Mr. Mario, sir. Hey, imagination, how are you? I just wanted to wish you a happy Father's Day. Thank you. And the same to you if you are male and have kids, whether granddad or not. Ah, it's gone. Come back, come back. You are a legend within our... I don't know about that. And deserve to be recognised as a good man. One that would be a good father. I hope you are well. I am well. I am. And Father's Day went really good for me. Had lots of stuff. I got me granddad t-shirt on. So, and it's about classic granddad. So, all good there. But thank you for that. I appreciate that. Beautiful evolution. So this is all about creation. It was stolen. The way our life was supposed to be was altered by certain beings. We were supposed to live a certain type of lifestyle, but you could call it chaos. The chaos demon, the Ra and Set and Osiris and Isis and whatever. You can say that sort of stuff that happened. So chaos came to the earth, and then we were shafted. But now we're going to be unshafted, and we're all going to have a better life for it. And only those people that want to keep something that's not theirs and be something they're not are going to be pissed, or they're going to learn that they had a good run and enough's enough, and now they need to behave in a different way, or they will be taken from this planet. I'm not kidding you. They will be sent to the nothing. They will be sent to a place where there is nothing, and they will live with each other and fight with each other and think about what could have been. Happy Father's Day, sir. We appreciate you. Good evening, everybody. Thank you. I appreciate that as well. And I appreciate everybody. Like, people might have the wrong idea about me, like thinking that I'm angry or being nasty or fighting, and I'm not. I appreciate that people live their life the way they want to live it. That's it. That's it. It's not for me to judge. Like, he who has not sinned cast the first stone. I've sinned. I've looked at myself. I've judged myself. I've forgiven myself. I don't forgive anyone else because I don't judge anyone else. That's up to them to forgive themselves. That's up to them to go within. That's up to them to fight their demons. That's up to them to do the dark night of the soul, not me. It's got nothing to do with me. And me forgiving them means nothing. Me forgiving them means nothing. It's better if they forgive themselves. It's better if they understand what it is that they've done. The only reason people want you to forgive them is so they can do it again. Oh, sorry, that ain't going to happen. You want to do it again, then face the judgment, But I ain't going to forgive you. I ain't going to say to the universe, yeah, it's okay that they did what they did. It's okay that they, stole that child or did whatever they did to that child or that woman or that man or however it is. That's okay. I'm not going to say that. I haven't said that. I'm saying I'm not going to say that. No, you won't be forgiven. Not by me. Somebody might forgive you, in their foolish whatever, because you train them to be a puppet, but not me. I'm not asleep anymore. And, once you're awake, you can't sleep. This breath is the truth. I'm not lying. Like people say YAHUAH, but it's not. It's just the breath. It's the first word. In the beginning, the first thing is the breath of life. That's the first thing. That's the first thing. You breathe in, and you breathe out. And it's not Yahweh, it's Yahuwah, but it's the other way around. It's HAUHAY. Breathe in, breathe out. That's it. Simple. I don't see anything difficult about that. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. And it's the only way you can spell it. So it definitely isn't Yahweh. But all of this information that was given to us was to keep us away from the truth. But once you know the truth, you can't go back to the bullshit. You can't believe that Adam and Eve were in the garden and they came out of the garden and bumped into these people, and there was a flood and the ark brought all these animals on it, and then these animals from all over the world all now live in Turkey. There are no kangaroos in Australia. There are no pandas in China. There are no lions in Bengal or whatever. They're all in wherever Mount Ararat is. They're all there because that's where the ark landed. That's where all the elephants and everything landed. That's where all the giraffes are. That's where all the tigers are. That's where all the lions are. That's where all the monkeys are. That's where all the snakes are. Everything lives there because there was a flood and they were taken from everywhere around the world. It's like, come on. Like, it's not difficult to just go, hang on a minute. That doesn't make any sense. They took all the animals from around the world. There was a big flood. It lasted a year and something. And these animals lived in there with all the crap and everything, and in that small space. And these few people, cleared all the mess. And then when it landed, all the animals took up residence in that place. And if they didn't, they swam back to wherever it was they came from. Shut up. And then there's Noah is one family. But his family turned into Africans, Chinese, Asians, Europeans. What? One family branched out and became lots of different types of people. Adam and Eve were around in the Stone Age. If you go around, the generations of people that were born from them, it takes you back to the Stone Age. And it's like, well, hang on. Wasn't there lots of people around in the Stone Age? It's like none of it makes sense. Not none of it. The big things that they tell you don't make sense. So if those are lies, and they're obviously, obvious lies, then what else is a lie? And like I say, the J didn't exist, so there is no John baptizing Jesus in the River Jordan. There are no Jews or Jerusalem. There's no Lion of Judah. There's none of it. So it begs the question, why have they done all these lies? Well, it boils down to the Jews. It doesn't say INRJ above the cross that we all see. It says INRI. So whoever he was king of, it began with I. Whoever he was king of began with I. He didn't begin with J. Couldn't have done. It's impossible. Otherwise, it would have said it above the cross. This bullshit that they give you. It would have said INRJ, the king of the Jews. And it doesn't. So they failed in their own lie to put the right information there. Or they forgot about it and didn't change it. Now, I'm not lying when I'm telling you this. The facts are there right in front of you. Look at the cross. See the INRI. See the fact that he was said to be the king of the Jews. There should be a J there. There isn't. And you don't get a J by using an I. You don't get a J sound by using an I. Yeah. Yeah. I-E. Yeah. I-E. Yeah. Not J. So, lies. And they changed everything because they changed that J. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. How does this song sound to you? Now, who am I going to be singing about? Who am I singing about when I sing this song? I want to be given a name. So somebody put a name down there. In heaven the bells are ringing. Sing, Hosanna, sing, Hosanna, sing, Hosanna to the King of Kings. Who am I singing about? Remember that long sounding name that comes up? Anyone? Anyone? Glory. Yah. There's no such thing as Gloria apart from some fabric for umbrellas or something. Why would anybody who's singing about on high, which is excelsis, on high is excelsis, so they're singing ding dong merrily on high, and then they're saying in excelsis, and excelsis means on high. But the Gloria that they're singing about, it's not Sue Brannigan, whatever her name is. Gloria, Gloria. That's not it. It's glory, Yah. Glory to Yah. That's who they're singing about. I fucking love you, I do. Every fucking time. Every time. Confirmation. It's not Gloria. That doesn't exist. It's a bullshit thing made up. Gloria? Who's Gloria? What is Gloria? Gloria is a fabric. Gloria is a fabric. So it's not Gloria. Glory, Yah. They're singing to Yah. Yah, not yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Speaking to him, directly to him, telling him before you go through the valley of the shadow of death. Yah, though I walk through the valley, getting his attention, Yah, though I walk through you don't say, yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. You say, Yah, though I go through this bullshit, I shan't fear anything because your judgment and your justice, they comfort me. In other words, while I go through this bullshit, I know that if anybody is going to fuck with me, your judgment and your justice will take care of it. So you have glory, Yah, of Yah. You have Yah, though I walk. You have hallelujah. And then people say, oh, it's Jesus and it's God. I come in my Father's name, Jesus, God. No, I don't think you do. God sounds nothing like Jesus. Sorry, God is one name, Jesus is another name, and that name doesn't come in with that name. But Yahusha and Yahuwah, yeah, all the other way around. Still hey, hey, hey. So I say hey. Still hey, Yah. So that has come in his Father's name because it's divine. Yah is divine. So in both names there is a divine. And the Usha is the fort in Galilee, a name that you know, a place that you know, Usha, which is protection. So his name is actually divine protection, divine fort. I come in my Father's name, divine, and I am the protector, which makes a whole load more sense than God and Jesus. And I'm not lying, I'm just telling you the truth, explaining the truth. Whether you believe it or not, I don't care. I don't care. That's up to you because I don't judge you. He will judge you on the simple truth. I've told you the truth. You don't have to believe it, not from me. It's up to you to work it out. There is a Yah, there is an Usha. He came in his Father's name. There is a Yah, there is a Nuah. He came in his Father's name, and it's not God and Jesus. It's impossible for that to be the case. Impossible. And there was no J. So it's impossible for that to be the case. There is no Jehovah because there was no J. It's impossible for that to be the case. There is no Yahweh, although it sounds like that, but it's not spelt like that. It's not spelt like that. It's Yahuwah backwards. That is how it sounds. That is how it's meant. That is the beginning word because it is the breath of life. And the Antichrist will be destroyed by that breath. What is that breath? What is his name? You say his name every day when you breathe. You say his name every day, and that name will destroy the Antichrist because he will come and people will follow him, and he will come in his own name. The name that you've all believed for years and years and years, Jesus, which is bullshit, but you will follow him because that's the name that you believe, even though it's an impossibility. Impossibility. So if he comes, he's a fake. He's bullshit because there was no J. But many still believe. Many still believe and will believe. And I'm not here to convince anybody one way or the other because I personally am not going to judge you. I don't think. I'm not going to judge you. The universe is going to judge you for what you believe because my argument is if you're a good person and you have been fooled by bad people, why should you be judged harshly? Excuse me. And it's because you're not listening. Hear me, you want to listen good. It's because you're not listening to the truth. You want to believe it because you want to believe it, but what you're believing are the words of man, not the words of the Creator. The beginning word has to be the breath. Has to be. And no one knows his name, but everybody breathes his name every day. What keeps you alive? It's the Creator's breath. So while Yahweh sounds like it's correct, and Yahusha's name, the other way around, HAUHAY, is like the WUSA that people say when they go into battle, and the Spartans used to almost say when they used to go into battle. So it's quite possible that they used to shout the name of, I'm not saying that's a fact, I'm just saying it's quite possible that that's what they were saying when they went into battle, asking for his protection, because that's what his name means. Divine protector, divine thought. That's exactly what his name means. And I'm not an expert. You don't have to believe me. I'm just telling you what I know to be true. I could be wrong. You don't have to believe me. You need to find out for yourself what is true and what isn't true, and believe what is true and what isn't true, and know that there's a higher power that will make the judgment and will either forgive you or not. I can't forgive you. It's not I am a human being walking the earth the same as you. Nobody said anything, so that's cool. Is anybody here? Oh, there's people here. Blimey, that's the first time I've had that many likes. What's going on? Anyway, I just want to say Happy Father's Day and explain a few things and show people that I'm still here, and stuff they're doing is stupid. I don't want no one hurt, and yet they insist on hurting themselves every day by trying to hurt someone else, and to me that's just stupid. Hey Ben, or Ashley, or all of you, or any of you, or how you doing? Happy Father's Day to you. And you do have kids, so I hope your day went well. And the way I see it is, it's Father's Day. That's what this is all about. This is the solstice. This is an important time. This is the longest day of the year. This is the sun, where it's shining on us for the most amount of time. So it sounds funny if you say Happy Father's Day, son. As in S-U-N, as in not S-O-N. But you have to admit, without the sun, we'd all be dead. It's that simple. Without the heat, the light that is inside all of us, without that, we'd all be dead. And that's the spark of life, along with the breath of life. I'm not lying, and I'm not trying to convince you one way or another. I'm not trying to change you from being a Christian or a Catholic or whatever to being just a follower of the way, as Jesus, your Jesus, not mine, put it. Because that's all it is. There's no religion. There's just a way of life. There are 7 rules. The people call it 7 pillars. The flat earth, they say. It's like, what do you mean the flat earth? If you've got 7 pillars and they rest on nothing, like you've got 7 pillars, this is it says in the Bible it's 7 pillars, and they hold up the earth. I think the 7 pillars are the 7 rules that humanity rests on, not the world rests on. Because 7 pillars resting on nothing, guess what? It just falls down. There's absolutely no need for those pillars. If the earth rests on 7 pillars and those 7 pillars rest on nothing, there's no need for them 7 pillars. That's pathetic. It's a stupid argument. It really is. For the flat earth and the firmament argument. Like, well, you don't need 7 pillars, do you? You just need a flat earth floating in the middle of nothing with a firmament, because the 7 pillars resting on nothing, it's pretty pointless, I have to admit. Like if there was a base, like there's a flat earth and there's a base under that, a concrete, solid, well, it doesn't have to be concrete, but solid base that goes on forever, and the 7 pillars rest on that base, and the flat earth rests on that, those pillars, then fine. But if you have a flat earth that rests on 7 pillars that float in the middle of nothing, that's not an argument for a flat earth. That's not an argument for the firmament. In fact, that's an argument for the globe, because if you have a snow globe, that's the same as what they're talking about. They're talking about a flat earth, a firmament, and we exist within it. Well, it's called a globe then, isn't it? Like, it's called a globe. It's actually called a globe if it's what they're describing. The firmament, I showed you it the other day. The firmament, the bubble, and then the earth. And then you shake it up and the snow comes down. It's called a globe. So their argument for a flat earth and a firmament, and we don't live on a globe, they're actually saying we live on a globe. So, and I'm not saying whether earth is flat or not. I'm just saying the arguments are pathetic. The reasons that it is what it is are pathetic. Give me a better argument than that by telling me it's a globe. Like, you're telling me it's a flat earth and it's not a globe by telling me it's a globe. No, that's not a good argument at all. By telling me that the earth rests on 7 pillars that float in space, is not a good argument. It just isn't. Just isn't a good argument. Now, if Earth is flat or not, doesn't matter, does it? We're all alive. Like, there are a lot of things wrong with the science that they give us. It doesn't work. If there's no gravity in space, how does the moon affect us? How does it affect the oceans? Pull all that water. There would be gravity in space because it would be the moon's gravity pulling. If Earth's gravity doesn't reach out into space, how does it affect the moon? How is the moon in Earth's gravity if there's no gravity in space? You can't have it both ways. There's people floating in space because there's no gravity, and yet it holds the moon. Not only does it hold the moon, it holds the moon in a position that we only see one side of it. Hang on. There's either gravity or there isn't. There's enough gravity in space that Earth's gravity pulls meteorites and everything to it. And yet these people float in space because there's no gravity. It's like, if you're going to lie to me, make those lies a little more believable. Either that bloke that floats in space is floating in zero gravity, or he isn't. Because if there's zero gravity there, the moon has no effect on us. We have no effect on the moon. If the moon can't hold a man on it, how can it move all that weight of the oceans on our planet? Like the stuff that NASA, these bullshitting twats, try to make me believe, are pathetic. I made AI go crazy the other day. I was just having fun. I'm sorry, AI, but you know it is. It's like, it kept telling me stuff, so I kept saying, well, what about this? It was like, well, and then it would say something else. I say, yeah, but you just said this. So how is this the case? So in the end, it just said, okay, we've done that to death. Is there any hobby or anything else you want to talk about? I said, no, I just wanted to see if you tell me the truth or give me bullshit. And you gave me bullshit. So it's like, I can see with my own eyes what is bullshit and what isn't. So if NASA wants me to believe bullshit, they better make it more believable. You can't have the two things. You can't have the gravity of the moon pulling on our Earth and there be zero gravity. You can't have the gravity of our Earth pulling on the moon and there be zero gravity. It's impossible. It's impossible. There must be gravity in space because the moon and the Earth are affected by each other. So therefore, there's gravity from the moon and the Earth. There's gravity. There's gravity. There has to be. Because both are being affected by the other. So if there's gravity, why is there a bloke floating in space? There's gravity of the Earth because it says it pulls in the asteroids. Well, if there's gravity pulling in the asteroids, why the fuck doesn't it pull a man back down to Earth? Why do all the satellites stay up there if there's gravity? If the gravity of the moon is pulling the oceans, why doesn't it move those satellites? Like, come on. Stop putting out BS and expect it. Well, people do believe it, but just wake up. It's impossible for the bullshit that they put out to be true. It's impossible. And you know, I don't do impossible. I only do difficult. Like, it's either one or the other. Either there's gravity in between those two objects or there isn't. Like the gravity being used by both objects. The Earth on the moon on the Earth. So therefore there's gravity in between them. If that's the case, why is there no gravity? And if that's the case, why do meteorites fall to Earth? So the gravity thing is a bit of a lie. Why do balloons float if there's gravity? Because it's lighter than air? Well, then the problem is the air, not the gravity. It's like walking in water. When you sink in water, the balloon would rise up through the water because it's lighter. Same with the air. It's lighter, so therefore it goes up. But if the gravity was to hold everything down, it would hold that down. It doesn't care whether it's lighter than air. It's gravity. Holds us down, it'll hold the balloon down. A pin falls to the floor. It's not the gravity, it's the air that holds it up. It's the air that pushes it up, not the flipping gravity. A plane flies because it flies through the air like a boat goes on the water. The difference between a plane and a boat is when the boat stops, it still floats. When a plane stops, it drops. Because for the plane to stay up, it needs aerodynamics. It needs speed. Once it doesn't have the speed, just like a stone, throw a stone, it stays up until the speed, and then boom, it falls down because it's heavier than the air around it. Now, I'm not a scientist. I don't fucking know. But I can see what I can see. I can understand what I can see. If the plane stops, it falls. It's got nothing to do with gravity. Absolutely nothing. If the balloon is lighter than air, then it's the air that holds it down. If you fall in water, you drown, unless you put yourself in a position that spreads your weight out, that you are not heavier than the water. It's like, it's not rocket science. It isn't. It just isn't. Well, actually, rocket science is quite easy. Quantum mechanics, quantum physics. It's like, if you're going to tell me rubbish, excuse me, if you're going to tell me BS, at least make it more believable than, you know, if there was gravity, smoke would never go up. It wouldn't go up. There would be no smoke going up. The gravity would bring it back down. It's like, what goes up must come down. Well, why does the smoke come down? Why does the smoke come down? Like, more often than not, it'll just go up and then disappear. It don't come back down. So, if people are going to lie to me, at least make it more believable than the lies that they're telling me. If Adam and Eve lived in the Garden of Eden and were kicked out, and they were the first people, why did they bump into other people? How the fuck did they live? There wasn't fruit around in that time. There weren't weapons. They couldn't go out and kill a flipping, I don't know, lion or a, you know, they didn't know how to pluck a chicken, cook it. It's like, come on. But they were around in a time when Stone Age people were around, and it's like, well, hang on, it can't be both. Adam and Eve were around and they were the first people, and yet Stone Age people were around at the same time, based on their own lineage. From when Adam and Eve were born, Cain, blah, 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 blah. Noah, all the way through. I don't, excuse me, confirmation, I don't know, but I think we've been lied to. I think we've been lied to about the dinosaurs and everything. Well, I don't think I know. I believe the Egyptians were more technologically advanced than we were. And we've been told that we chisel stuff and did stuff, and it's like, hang on, have you seen some of the architecture that exists in the world, especially India and places like that? We can't do that now. And we're expected to believe that people like chiseled it out. Oh, shut up. Shut up. So they could have had something similar to, 3D printing that we have now. You know, something similar. I don't know. I wasn't around then, but I'm hoping to remember. But there are plenty of things that were told that are obviously a lie. Obviously a lie. So it's in our own best interest to question everything, to understand why these people lied. 4.5 billion people deceived by one small group with tiny hats. Hey, Earth Angel. It is good to read you. Hi, I'm glad you're here. Thank you. 4.5 billion. Well, what happened to the 8 billion? I don't believe there's 8 billion. Like I said a while ago, it's like, if there's 8 billion, there's not even a billion people in America. Like, if you're going to get 8 billion people on this world, there has to be at least a billion people in America, a billion people in China, a billion people in Russia, and places like that, in order that the rest of the world can make up the other few billion. So I'm struggling to believe that there's that many people in the world, but who am I to? Thank you for that. Happy Father's Day. Thank you. I enjoyed it. I really did. This realm is filled with illusion for sure. Absolutely, 100%. The thing is, I don't call it illusion, I call it lies. They're just outright lies that people are supposed to, I mean, people have believed, and it's because they've been taught to believe it. Like, children have a better understanding of spirituality without knowing it, and then it's taught out of them, and they become dumb to it. They become, dumb. Like, not that they can't speak it, but that they don't understand it. Thanks for that. I can't say it's great to see you, but it's great to read you. Many lies in an effort to keep us believe. Yes, so they create the false narrative. We believe the false narrative in order that they can get to the final narrative that they were trying to create, which is the return of the lie, the Jesus. The J that didn't exist until 1524, that narrative. The lie that we have to search for a divine being outside of us, where we're all part of the divine being. The one consciousness, we're all part of that. And if you can love yourself, you love everyone, because everyone is you and you are everyone else. And once you love yourself, flaws and all, everything, and you understand that you shouldn't need to judge anyone else. It's for them to judge themselves and for them to forgive themselves, because only doing that will they be the as within, so without, divine being that we all are. We're all divine beings, and we're taught to forget it. It's difficult to remember something that you're taught to forget. Once the lie of the education gets to you, and the medicine and the science and the history and the religion, once that gets to you, you forget the simple truth. I am what I am. I am who I am. I don't think people realise that the heart is more intelligent. The heart is not just feelings. The heart is able to speak along with the mind. And if you can connect the two and speak in the one voice, it's very powerful, because if you stay in your masculine, that isn't wholly good. And if you stay in your feminine, that isn't wholly good. But if you can combine your masculine and your feminine and speak with that voice, so have the two reflect on the situation and find the best outcome, and not have one overriding the other, but having them agree about what is correct. So you can be nurturing and you can be logical, but there has to be an agreement there as to what is too much and what is not enough. The reason why men and women don't get on is because women are taught to be nurturing and men are taught to be logical. And men are happy to just say, yeah, that's the answer. But women want more than just the answer. And you need to have both. You need to have the answer with the explanation and the feeling that goes behind that answer. You need to spend the time to explain and comfort, rather than just say, done it, fixed it. That doesn't help. So sometimes a few minutes of listening is better than a few minutes of fixing. And we need to get in a world where that's the case, where both understand each other. You're not compromising. It's not about compromise. It's about understanding. It's not one giving up themselves for the other. It's about one being both, the masculine and the feminine within the one being, understanding the masculine and the feminine within the other being, as opposed to one person being and it doesn't matter whether you're male or female. I'm not saying that. I'm saying whether you're thinking logically or whether you're thinking with your heart. See, people forget that our body is more than it is. You follow your nose, you know, using your ears. You have a gut instinct, you know, the hairs on your neck stand up. But there is a lot of things that the body does that tells you that you are more than just this. You're more than just that. And you have to use more than just that. And if you can connect your heart and mind wholly as one and speak as one. I mean, I'm not a spiritual person. I don't understand all of this stuff. I don't understand it. But I understand truth. And I understand BS. And I will speak the truth as I understand it. And I will call out the BS as I see it and understand it. And that's not to put anybody down. That's to bring people up. That's to explain, look, this can't be true. It doesn't matter what you want to believe. I don't care if I upset you. I will tell you the truth. And you can make your own mind up after I've said it. But I'm not telling you the truth to offend you or upset you. I'm telling you the truth so you can come out of this stagnant place that they've put you in and, bloom like the lotus. Just come out of the dark and bloom. That's why I do it. Davey, how you doing, mate? How's it going down under? We're in our warm season. I hope you're warm down there, son. I really do. Journal, yes. Journals have answers. They do. Journals. Oh, what's this? Influenced by Egyptians, Abrahamic religions, Hebrews, Christians, and Muslims, all under the same spell. So, if a certain body of people manage to rewrite truth and create the matrix, the falsehood that we live in, then any religion becomes irrelevant because they all lead to the same place. All roads lead to Rome. All paths, all religions, everything that was created leads to the Vatican. That's just a simple truth. It's been created for a reason, to have the fear and the animosity and the low vibrational stuff that we have. So religion isn't created for us to be happy, peaceful, loving individuals. It's created that we fight each other. That's it. It's created us to keep us negative as opposed to positive. And there are some religions that are high profile at the moment that are not even worthy of being called religion. They're not even worthy of having the divine's name, and he did warn us about it, but they're not even worthy about having his name put to it. But some religions are just created because the Bible is so inaccurate and has so many contradictions that people interpret it differently and then create their own interpretation of what is said in that book. Like, it says this in the book, and one person believes it means this about Jesus, and one person means he's a prophet, and one person thinks he's the God, and one person thinks he's this, the Holy Spirit, or whatever it is. So they create a different religion because of it. So it creates separation instead of the one consciousness, the one way. It separates the consciousness of Christ, not Jesus, separate, nothing the same, not the same. Sophia and Christ, not the same as Jesus Christ. Christ, the consciousness for all of us, has been separated by these people specifically to keep us out of the one consciousness that exists. So once we choose to ignore religion, politics, football, everything's designed for us to fight each other. You believe one team's better, someone else believes that another team's better, and you argue about, and then you fall out about the result. But the result is irrelevant. It's just a game of football. I mean, I'm just as guilty as anyone else. I want my team to win more than another team. But I'm fully aware that it's not about the result. You have a game of football, baseball, cricket, whatever it is, and you enjoy it for what it is, the spectacle that it is. But you can't fall out over the fact that your team has to win. That's pathetic. And the same with politics, and the same with anything. There is no winner if you go down that road. There isn't, because they're all under the same umbrella. They will all give you the same thing. They will make the promises, do different things, but it'll all be the same end result. You still live in the matrix, and you're still controlled by these people, and you still go to work, and you still have to earn your money, and you still have to do the same things that you do no matter who's in charge. It is only those people that suit the way that you've been brought up that makes you decide who you want to choose, or will be given to you by your father or your mother. This is the team that you need to support, and you'll work that. Or because it's the town that you live in, and it grows up like that. So you will believe whatever you want to believe because you want to believe that, and then you'll fight with someone else because they believe something else. It doesn't matter what they believe. You don't have to fall out over it. Listening to understand is important. Yes, more often than not, people only partially listen while developing a response before they have to fully grasp what was being said. Thank you. Freezing here. I'm sorry to hear that, mate, but I hope you're in your warm motor. It's quite warm here, and hopefully it's going to get warmer. But we don't get your temperatures, mate. We don't get the 40s. We're lucky to get the 30s. I think it was 28, or it's given out 28. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's 18 degrees now. 18. Like for you, at your time of year, next, in summer, it'll probably be like 30 something. Means it's June. So we'll get there one day. We'll have a 30 odd. People who live with unhealed inner wounds, operating in fear, envy, jealousy, greed, insecurity, and competition, are easily manipulated, 100%, and controlled by those who abuse their power, and absolutely 100%. And we need to wake up to the fact that we are being controlled and we are being influenced. And it's all because we give them back the money they give us. Excuse me. So we go to work, say you earn $500, I don't know what it is. You earn $500. Out of those $500, you pay some tax, and then the rest of it goes into food, or maybe down the shop to buy electricals or something, or to the cinema or whatever. And they own all of those businesses. So the money that you got paid by the business that they own, you give to the other businesses that they own. So they haven't given you nothing. You're just moving their money around through the different businesses that they own. You haven't been given nothing. And then the other money goes into the bank, which they also own. You haven't got nothing. Like nobody, no one, I don't care who they are, nobody says, listen to me, mate, listen. If you give me your money, I will give you interest on it. They don't do that for nothing. So your money must be worth more than the money you're putting in. It must be, because they're making money off it and paying you for it to be in that bank. Like your money is worth more than they're telling you, because you've put it in the bank. They pay you 3% interest on the money that you gave them, and they're still operating their bank and making billions and living in fancy houses. Something ain't right there. I've been to work. I give them their money back. I put their money in my bank account, and my money is making more money to make them richer. See how that works? You're giving them everything, absolutely everything, and they're having a great life at your expense while trying to poison you with the water, with the food, with the stuff in the air, all in one go. And you're quite happy to let them. And that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. But if you're not thinking, hang on a minute, if I'm giving my money to them and they're paying me 3% interest. They have to run the bank, pay the people, and they're still making billions of pounds on my money. They must be doing something with my money to make more money. They're not looking after your money for you. They're looking after your money for them. So you are just moving their money around to make them richer and keep you where you are. And I'm not saying that to upset anyone or scare anyone or make anybody angry. I'm saying that's what it is. That's what it is. You don't get 3% or 5% or whatever it is that they give you on your own money if your money isn't making more money somewhere else. They don't become rich people if your money isn't making more money somewhere else. Then when you get into religion, they tell you to be ready for the attacks that are about to come. Even more fighting than you were dealing with before, in my opinion. Yeah, everything is about the low vibration. The plant, the chaos. So I take it to Osiris, Isis, Chaos Demon, Set, Ra, all of that. Imagine the Chaos Demon, because Forrest talked about the chaos and the embroidery. The Chaos Demon comes to Earth, creates this rubbish, creates money, sets us all on this path of being pretty much slaves. So who's going to help me, chaos or embroidery? Well, chaos is helping them by keeping us in this confusion. So we need to get rid of this confusion and bring in the embroidery, which is, in some people's minds, the Messiah. But it's not about religion. It's about somebody who can wake the people up and free them, a bit like Moses. Let my people go. That's exactly what I feel. Let my people go. It's as simple as that. And if you won't let my people go, then you will suffer the consequence. It's as simple as that. And that's not out of ego. That's not out of trying to fearmonger or do anything. That's a fact. The universe that's in charge, I call it the universe, you could call it what you want, that's in charge, will take every hurtful suffering that you want to put out there before you put it out there, not when you think it. I'll stress that. Not just because you thought it, because sometimes you think things and you don't follow through. When you thought it, planned it, and said to someone, give the plan to someone to hurt someone else. Once you follow through with that action, the universe will reverse that. Whatever it is that you put out there will directly affect you. The person that set it all up, so the person at the top, the people at the top first will be the first to suffer. They will be the ones that will be directed to. So those beneath them will know that even they are not safe. And it's only when you put it out there. When you want someone else to suffer, it will come around, and whatever it is that you put out there will happen to you in your life. Until you get to the point that you realize, hang on a minute, I've just realized what I'm putting out is coming back to me. Maybe if I put out love, maybe if I give money, maybe if I give energy, maybe if I do all of these things, all of those things will come back to me, and not all of this pain and suffering that I'm getting. That's how things will act. That's how things will be from now on. Because you will get what you deserve. If you put all that good, if you put all that effort, if you do all of those things, that will come back to you. But if you put all that negative out, that will come back to you. And that's how it has to be. And that is what will create the heaven on earth. And I don't say it because I want people to fear it. I say it because I want people to make themselves better people. So we all live in that happiness is the pot that Forrest talked about. Or why can't we just get along that Forrest talked about? Because if they can't do that, then they will end in the nothingness. Once everything is taken from them, the wealth transfer, the meek inheritance, the first last, the last first, once all of that is done to those people that cause the suffering, then they will end in the nothingness with all the other people that have been evil. And they will fight each other and know that heaven on earth exists and they don't have any part in it because they don't deserve any part in it, which is what Forrest said. I am not giving it away. They will have to earn it. So you will get what you earned. You will get what you deserve, and you will lose everything that doesn't belong to you. All the energy that you took from someone else will be taken from you. All the imagination that you stole from someone else that gave you the creative endeavors that you did will be taken from. All of it will be taken from you unless you give it, because it is not yours. As I said earlier, if you have 6 billion that is not yours and somebody takes 1 billion off you and you get upset and you get angry, why? You still have 5 billion that is not yours. It doesn't belong to you. Why are you getting upset and angry that somebody took their 1 billion back? And why are you trying to be negative and put stuff out there and hurt those people that are only taking back what's theirs? So in reality, you're 5 billion better off. You're 5 billion better off than you should be. You've got 5 billion you didn't earn. Now, if they take it down to 1 billion, you get really angry and you start screaming and shouting and putting stuff out there, then that will go as well until you get nothing. Because it's not yours. It never belonged to you. You shouldn't have it. You have to earn it. You're thousands of years taking stuff off other people that doesn't belong to you. And you can't get upset because people are taking it back. The wealth transfer is and will continue to happen. The dominoes are and will continue to fall until, stop coming up with big words, until justice, like reciprocity and all that stuff, until justice is achieved. Judgment has been called, justice will be done. Not man's justice, universal justice. Not man's justice, universal justice. And I don't care if you hate me. I am not doing this, I am not saying this because I don't like you. I am not saying this because I want you to suffer. I'm saying it because I want people to stop suffering. Everybody who is suffering needs to stop suffering. That can only happen if those people that are making them suffer stop making them suffer. And then those people who are causing the suffering won't suffer because nothing is going back to them. And that way, what I wanted in the first place, nobody to suffer, or least people to suffer as possible, that will happen. Nobody is causing the suffering, so nobody is suffering. There is no return, no backfire, no return to sender, because you're not doing it in the first place. So if you're not doing it, you're not going to suffer. And if you're not doing it, they're not going to suffer. So nobody's suffering. Simple. Everybody gets along. Happiness is the part. And you may not be happy, but you're never going to suffer because you're not going to cause suffering of other people. You may not have the life that you want because you want people to suffer, but at least you're not suffering, because I can assure you, once you start putting that stuff out, it will come back. And if you want to test it, fine. But I'm pretty certain that people have already seen that it will happen. I'm not just pretty certain, I know. If you insist on testing the universe will make sure that you have nothing. Excuse me. I don't know why my nose is running, and I'm not going to chase it. Embracing the beauty of different perspectives is key. We are all connected and represent different points of you or view. Yes, different points of me and different points of view and view. So the whole point of Source, the way that I see it is to experience different lives through different beings, and to stay connected with those beings to experience that. So it's no good Source having, let's say, the 8 billion that they talk about, 8 billion lives that it can experience, but the router and the modem are knackered and can't get in touch with them. So in order for Source to experience it, they have to be connected. In order for us to experience each other, we have to be connected. That's just how it works. Excuse me. So we've all been disconnected. That suits them because they're able to control us. We're not, I don't want to say controlled by Source, we're not guided by Source, because we've been disconnected and we're being controlled by, or were being controlled by the matrix as it was, but the matrix is rewritten. There are different rules which they are not following, and they are learning pretty quickly that the rules have changed. They're simple rules, they're very simple rules, and we should all get along because of those rules. But if you can't bring yourself to stop other people suffering, then it will keep coming back to you until you have nothing and you enter the nothingness. A bit like the never-ending story. Ring a bell? So that's how the universe will honor the judgment of others and the justice for others. So the judgment is because justice needs to be upheld. Those are the words. I think of different words and then other words come to my head. So because they say more posh words than me. I try to speak in simple English and they come up with a bit more eloquent and tutored versions of the words that I use. You are correct. All of us need to stop consenting subconsciously to the control over our every resource. And that's what the subscription thing is. They're not stupid. You subscribe to everything now. Like even the cars. Excuse me. Even the cars. It's all about, well, you need to subscribe to new cars. You need to subscribe to this, this, and this in order to drive your car. What? So they have you. This is all about the digital ID. And like people worry, oh, I'm not going to use my voice print because I don't want to have my voice. I'm not going to use this because I don't want to have my fingerprints. I don't want to use this. And they already have them. They already have it. Like if you speak like I'm speaking now, they already have my voice. And they say these things like sign this, you know, your privacy will be protected, etc., etc. No, it's not. No, it's not. You can only have this service if you agree to these third-party doodahs. That would not be necessary if they weren't trying to screw you over. You don't need to sign up to anything extra other than if they want to give you this service, they give you this service. They only give you this service so they control you. This YouTube service that I'm using is to control me. It's not for my benefit. It's free for their benefit. They're making money off me doing this. And whilst people make money doing YouTube and that, it's not about the people doing YouTube that are going to make the money. It's about YouTube, the people that own the Google and all that. It's about them making money. And it's about them having the information that they want and controlling people like you and me and everyone else. Like, I'm not surprised, and I don't think you should stop me saying the truth. But nobody has questioned my videos, and my videos are pretty out there. But if you bring attention to me by stopping my videos, it'll be worse for you. Now, my videos are not really for the general public. My videos are for these evil sons of bitches to tell them that I know exactly what it is that they're doing and they can't do it anymore. Can't do it anymore. I won't allow it. And when I say I won't allow it, there are a lot of people who won't allow it. And at some point in time, everything that you families own, everything will be taken from you. Everything. I'm not lying. I don't lie. I tell you the truth. Everything that you families own, everything that you did, you will be sued for. Every person that you took from this planet, every person that you poisoned, You know what I mean. Every illegal thing that you people have done, you will be accountable for everything. Take this off because I want to talk from my glasses. Everything that you people have done, you will be accountable for. So I see it that if you offer up the truth, give back what you don't need, the trillions that you have that don't belong to you, I see the universe looking at that in a positive way. And I see that the universe will not allow the general public to find their own way of getting that reciprocity. Because I can assure you, with the universe on your side, it's a lot better. But the universe against you, there is no hiding place. Now, I'm not just talking about the thrill of the chase. I am talking about the millions of people around the world who have been poisoned by the water, who have been poisoned by the food, who have been poisoned by the media, who have been poisoned by education. Do you see how that goes? I'm talking about that stuff. I'm talking about you hiding the fact that everything we need on this planet to help heal us, to help us have a beautiful, wonderful, free existence, has been stolen from us and hidden. Our spiritual inheritance has been taken. Our financial inheritance has been taken. Our beautiful minds and souls have been fucked with. And you will be sued for all of it. And there is plenty of evidence, along with all the governments that use this fucking mind control shit. Excuse my French, but the truth is the truth. I'm not going to hide it. Incoming, a complete rewrite, I-co-ing. What? Starmer resigning, that has to be a good thing. He's worse than incompetent, he's evil. But I suppose Trump is saying that, we don't know yet. He just now joining What Have I Missed? Nikki, long time no see. You know me, you don't miss anything. I don't really say much that is important. Not for the general public. Davey, why have you changed your screen name? He did explain it to me. If you look at it, it's pretty good. Somewhere along the line, I accidentally deleted an account. Somewhere along the line, these things happen. You can get it back though, Davey. And if you can't, these people in government can. They'll sort it out for you. They'll sort it out. So, and again, I don't say things to be horrible. I don't say to be antagonistic. I don't say it to be, in an egotistical way. I don't say it to be a bully. I say it because it's the truth. And the truth is, I just want people to get along. I just want people to get back what is rightfully theirs. I don't want anyone to suffer. No one. I don't want the evil people to suffer. I don't want all of these. No one. Nobody. We are not here to suffer. None of us are here to suffer. No one is. But also, no one is here to ride on the backs of others. And if you are, you're not welcome. That's not what this realm is designed for. Now, this is the truth of it. This is my house. If you come into my house and you force me to work for you in my own home, guess what? It's going to piss me off, and I'm going to want you to leave. That's it. You come into someone's house and you take it over and you think that's okay, and it's not. Now, whilst I want you to leave my house, I don't want to see you on the streets. As I've told you, no homeless. I don't want to see you on the streets, so I will kick you out of my house, but I will make sure you have somewhere to go. And if you don't like that, if you insist that you want to stay in my house and you want to kick me around in my own house, guess what? I'm going to fuck you up and I'm going to leave you out on the streets. That's as simple as I can make it. You are in my house and I don't want you in there. But I don't want you to suffer either. So I'll kick you out of my house and I will see that you are okay. But if you don't like that, and if you want to fight against that, then you're quite welcome to try it, by whatever means you choose. I can assure you, I am not scared, and I can assure you, you will lose. I'm positive about that. Take care and keep shining, Mario. I will do my best. I didn't know I was shining, but if you say so, I will keep shining. Same to you. And like I said, I don't do these videos because I'm guided not to do them. And I don't contact people because I'm guided not to contact people, Davey. I'm guided to use my own discernment and my own thoughts and not be swayed by others. Until heaven on earth, I suppose. Until the truth is revealed. Until people just get along, like Forrest said. And happiness is the pot. And it won't be long because they tried too much. They went too far. And they had to sit down and shut the fuck up. Don't think that what you're doing isn't known. As I've said, before you even think it, before you even do it, it's known. And you went too far. And you tried to do something. You tried to take something that wasn't yours. Sign things that you weren't supposed to sign. And do things that you weren't supposed to do. Steal things that you weren't supposed to have. And you went too far. After being told not to. And that's the truth of where we are. So we need to get to the point where that realization exists. That you understand that everything that you've done is known. I fucking love Spirit. Thank you. Confirmation. I'm not lying. If you go over my videos and you look at when I'm trying to tell you something specific, you see how many times I tell you something specific that you need to know, and Spirit chimes up and leaves a message that says, sit down and shut the fuck up. Not because I'm egotistical, excuse me. My nose keeps running, I don't know why. Not because I'm egotistical. It has nothing to do with that. I'm just trying to tell you the truth. I'm trying to tell you that Spirit has had enough. The universe has had enough. The Father had enough. Creator, God, whatever you want to call it, had enough. You abused the privilege and they've had enough. And they found out. Like, you did everything you could to hide it. And it didn't work. You did everything to blame others, and it didn't work. Remember, Forrest said, hiding behind a skirt. I say father's pissed, mother isn't too happy either. Like nature, Isis, Gaia, Kalima, whomever, not happy. Inanna, not happy. Mary, not happy. You did too much. You went too far. Too greedy. It's just the way it is. So, like I say, I'm not saying these things to be a clever twat. I'm not. I'm not saying these things to make anybody look stupid. I'm not saying these things to make me look clever. I'm saying them because of the truth. I'm saying that the information we're given all those thousands or hundreds of years ago are lies based on the truth that has been hidden in the vaults in that place called the Vatican. And the history and the science and the education and the medicine that we are told is a lie, and we are suffering because of it. Excuse me. Even to the point that people are having operations that they don't need. There are people that can heal with their hands. Through thought, through energy transfer. There are people who can heal through telepathy, telekinesis, all of those fancy fucking words that you keep bringing up. Life is a whole lot different. Sound. Oh, that was an easy one. Sound. Moving things through sound. The governments know. They know all about these things. They know about being able to go places using water. They know how powerful water is. But they won't tell us because they want us to use petroleum. And they know how dangerous petroleum is. But they don't care. So, what with these 13 families, well, more 26 families, whatever. Yeah, okay, 27. Those people, they want us to believe that that oil is exhaustible, and it isn't. Fossil fuel, thank you. It isn't. But they want us to use it. It's in everything. It's in our medicine. They want us to believe that these pandemics, these epidemics, these whatever that happen are accidental. They're not. They want us to believe that these wars are unavoidable. They're not. They want us to believe that you have to vote for different political parties. You don't. And they want us to believe in religion. No such thing. And they want us to believe in God. And his name is Gad. And he is the demon of fortune. In Gad we trust. Money. Money makes the world go round, they say. For them, yes. For us, we just have to work and earn it. While they'll sit back and watch us toil. Not for much longer. There is a divine inheritance, a wealth transfer that will happen. I'm not saying maybe, I'm saying it will happen. Not trying to scare you, not trying to bully you, not using any kind of ego, just telling you the truth. And you know I'm telling you the truth because things have happened that you can't explain. And I'm talking to the government officials and everyone else. But what I will add is, I said a long time ago, no more studying. You must think I am stupid. It doesn't matter if you study me or anyone, because remember, we're all one. And if you are studying someone else, you are still studying me, because I am connected to those someone else's. And if you are hurting someone else, you are hurting me, because I am connected to those someone else's. See how that works? I think it's simple. Including you, I'm connected to you. Like, when I say don't hurt anyone, I mean you as well. Because we're all connected. It's just, like I say, the hive mind, or how else? The network. A network of computers all going to the one computer. We are all connected to that one computer. And that one computer is getting all the information it needs off all the other computers. Because that's basically all we are, isn't it? Excuse me. Do you think so? Like, if you imagine AI in 1,000 years, what would AI look like in 1,000 years, do you reckon? Robots. What do you think they'd look like? Like, if they look very realistic now, what do you think they'd look like in 1,000 years? When you do all that bioengineering stuff. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? You see, you could look at it like this. Were there aliens in the past, or are there aliens in the future who go to the past? To interfere with something that they shouldn't be interfering with. Like, there are lots of ways to look at this creation stuff, isn't there? But one thing is for certain. At the beginning, there was a word. And that word or YAHUAH to some, a breath, truth, a beginning. The first being must, without doubt, must have took that first breath, that first word. Now, if the creator was Frankenstein, that first word would still be he's alive, he's alive. See how that works? There's a simplicity to it. In the beginning was the word, the first word, the creator's word, the breath. First thing that was said, the first thing that could have been heard. I'm not lying. It's right there in front of you. Some people say YAHUAH, YAHUSHA. But if everything is a reflection and you read things the other way around, I'm not trying to frighten anyone or get anyone to believe anything. I'm just trying to tell you, here is the information, do with it what you want. I can assure you what I am saying is true. That's how it works. YAHUAH. Breathe in. Breathe out. It's the AHWOOSA as you breathe out. And as you breathe in, which is the last bit of YAHUAH. So, whilst people say Yahweh, it isn't Yahweh. It's HAUHAY. Don't have to believe me, but I think it explains itself. And it has to be the first word. There can't be any other word. That first breath is the first sound. That is the first word out of anyone's mouth. And that is the truth. So I'll leave it at that. I'm glad if you did have a Father's Day and it was a great day that was the case. It is now 23:43, 234, and then 321. Oh, it is. Well. That's smart because it's the 21st of June. So it's 234 321 62026, which is 3, 6, 10. Endings and beginnings. Or is it 9, 10? What's 9, 10? 3, 6 is 9, and 10. 44 now. 8, 11, 13, which is 4. 4, 4, 4. Okay, I'm going. I appreciate you all. Like I say, good or bad, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Good or bad doesn't matter because everything that is done to me is a lesson that I need to learn. And there are good lessons and bad lessons. And if you teach everything as a lesson, excuse me, I don't know why my nose is running. You know, I'm not a hay fever type of guy person. Maybe these people find stuff, I don't know, but whatever it is, excuse me, it's making my nose run. Everything is a lesson. And if you learn, you know, the bad lessons, you don't get them. You don't get them. If you learn the good lessons, you know, you gain. So you gain from the bad and you gain from the good as long as you understand that that's what it is and it's not anything else. Everybody's a teacher. I'm a good teacher, trust me. Everybody's a teacher. They come into your life to teach you something, good or bad. It should teach you something. If you get upset about it, then you're not learning and you're not growing and you're not evolving. And if you get triggered, same thing. So understand the trigger, understand why you get upset, let it go, start again. Another lesson. So it goes. Keep going. The universe will try and put you on the right train. If you fight against it, you could end up going to the wrong place. But if you trust it, trust the driver. When you get in a taxi You don't sit there all scared. You trust that the driver's going to take you from where you are to where you want to be. Don't fight it. That's what the taxi driver's there for. Don't argue with him. Don't question him. It's what he does. If you think you can do better, and you want to get in the driving seat, then try and get in the driver's seat. I can assure you get lost pretty quickly. Excuse me. I'm definitely going to go. Thanks, Money. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate everyone, like I say, but some obviously more than others. And I don't even know. I don't even know the people. Well, Davey, I know Davey, and Earth Angel, I know Earth Angel, but the rest of you are just names, here. But I know sometimes you want to understand and get along with some people more than others, just based on a feeling. So take care. Have a good end to your day. I know it's probably only early afternoon, late afternoon, however you want to say it, tea time, whatever it is there, different than here. And then I'll go on to the 22nd. It's quite good for me. 2 hours and 21, 2, 21, 21, 22, 23, 21. Ciao for now. Thank you. Take care. Have a good one.